Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we got our next hockey game. We'll give it a short try, see how the controls are and how everything is compared to the it's already kind of weird. Like, you use the A button, but then you hit select to change game speed. We're gonna go medium. We're gonna go practice. There we go. So rather than like do an up and down basic, you know, normal thing, it's all kinds of craziness. We're gonna go novice. Alright, we will play. We're gonna randomly select that one. Oh. That one it is. Alright. So far, nothing really standing out as in a graphically, like, superior in any way, shape, or form. All kind of basic. Seems like the exact same, more or less, hockey as we've seen. Controls are a little sluggish. Changing characters is yeah, honestly, not a fan right off the bat. Feels kind of clunky to me. A little slow. I mean, I did pick the medium in as far as game speed, so I'm not going to hold that against it offhand. Yeah, controlling your character, and I feel like you only get to control your one dude. I like how it's giving you random car license plates, your lights are on. Like, silly, stupid things that I have to hand it to them are fun and like, just kind of make... It's a little thing sometimes that really kind of, you know... Yeah, I don't like the way the game controls. You only get your one guy, but you don't really have control over what's going on through everything else. It's slow, it's sluggish, you know, nothing really stands out. It's all very, you know, I don't want to say pixelated, but it's very pixelated. You know, you don't really have any kind of, what am I trying to say? Kind of anything that just, like, makes it so you could differentiate a lot of stuff. Like when you're in like the huddle, or not the huddle, but when everybody's kind of all over the place, you wind up like losing track of where everything is because everything kind of blends together. Yeah, it's like you only get to control your one guy and nothing else. I'm trying to see if I'm doing something wrong as far as switching guys go. Okay, so yeah, hitting select, which is very awkward when you're trying to do stuff, to like hit select to change guys, and then it doesn't really change it to the one that's closest. So you got to kind of hope for the best. Yeah, like I'm trying to, but my guy's all over the place. Were we fighting? Like, I don't know what was going on there. I'm trying to get there, and he's like pushing me to the other side. All in all, I mean, if you're a real avid hockey fan, you might like this game, but I honestly feel like Blades of Steel or something is going to be a better game. Even like the basic ice hockey, I think is going to be better. This one is just kind of Gretzky's name on it, so like they're expecting a lot, but I don't feel like they put in enough for the IP. Like having Gretzky's name on it at the time, it feels like they should have done more and it should have been a better game for what it's worth. Like, you know, it just really seems like a very sad hockey game. Shooting it also is doesn't work very well. It's really hard to gauge how you're shooting the puck, all that. Like, all in all, like, it's just a very disappointing hockey game. Like I said, I'm not huge on the sports games as is, but this one really just seems almost on the verge of very hard to play. I've never seen so many calls on a sports game at all, let alone like a hockey game, whatever. Like it's insane how not that I'm saying that that's necessarily a bad thing. Like, definitely is something. We're gonna give it a few more. I don't want to be too short of a video, but not really feeling it, not having it. It just doesn't feel very polished. Again, like having Gretzky's name on it, I feel like should have been better. And I think they didn't care because they knew that with Gretzky's name on it, it would sell regardless. And I feel like this is kind of honestly, partially a shovelware kind of hockey game where they bought the name, didn't want to put much into the game itself, and then kind of threw it out there with as basic as you can do on this. Yeah, it's very just obnoxious in all aspects. Again, when you get next to your opponent, like, it's hard to see what's going on and where you get the ball or the puck and swing and a miss. Shooting is hard to do. You don't really get any real control over your puck at all. As not passing, shooting, none of it really feels like you have any control of what's going on. I mean, the controls, it feels awkward. I mean, holding is constant. Like, you're too close to somebody and just holding. I feel like they just threw that in there to kind of, rather than make the game playable, it's like they just did a whole bunch of these holdings and offsides. Anyways, that's going to be it. I think the Wayne Gretzky hockey really is nothing to write home about. Like, I really do feel like they bought the rights to Gretzky and then just figured they would sell it on merit alone without really having to produce a very good game. And that's kind of what I feel like we have here. Controls are very rough at best. They're very sluggish. Your guy does not control very well. I get we're on ice, but come on, we all know that there's a good precision and quickness on ice. I've played on ice myself, and it's not sluggish and slow. And when we watch real hockey, not sluggish and slow. That you have no puck control pretty much at all. Everything you do, there's a foul and a penalty, and it's obnoxious. It breaks up the game way too much. You can't really get a flow because, holding here. All of a sudden, your guy is over here, offsides. I get that. Because of changing up your guy is so awkward that you wind up offsides a lot. And just like, you're trying to do other things where normally that switching your player is a lot easier. Like, you hit both buttons at the same time. You go to the one that's closest to the ball or the puck or whatever you're playing. This one, no. You have to cycle through until you get to the right guy. By then, it's not even the right guy anymore. Like, it's awkward. It's obnoxious. You have no puck control. You have no real good control over your character. All in all, everything about the game has very, very little playability in it. It is a absolute bare minimum hockey game you could probably get without being absolutely unplayable. All in all, very disappointing. Very mediocre, very just not well done. And I think that all the other hockey games are far superior to this one, just as far as everything else goes. So with that being said, guys, thanks for joining me. Till next time, you guys have a great day.